everybody, I'm that girl in robotics, and this is my second video. I don't know if you guys have seen my first one. You can go click the view channel button, which is down there somewhere. I'm kind of new to YouTube. And see the first one. If you've seen it, you notice it was about girls in robotics and discrimination against females in the fields of science, engineering, mathematics, etc. I'm definitely going to be planning to do different segments on this channel, I don't know what to call it. Anyway, but this is one about VEX Robotics, which is super duper fun, so I decided it needed its own segment. As most of you have probably noticed, my hair is kind of all gone. I got it all short and stuff, and I really like it. To be honest, people keep asking me why I do it, and I said, oh, it's because it's hot outside. But you know, the real reason is because I was trying to build robots, and they was just like, working hair, and it bothered me. So I cut it off, and it feels good. To go along with my new hair, I got a new phone. It's a Droid Razr from Motorola, and it is fantastic. It was free, and then it wasn't, so then it was free again. I don't really know if it was free for me or not, but I really like it, and it's pretty cool. And it's got the latest version of Android on it, which is pretty fantastic. So, yeah. Also, my ringtone is the Doctor Who theme, and when I get a new text, there's a Dalek going, "Exterminate!" So, it's pretty cool. Alright, so now that I'm done fangirling over my phone, let's talk about VEX. VEX is a robotics program for college, middle, and high school students. The rules are a little bit different for each grade level. Sometimes they have a different game for middle and high school, sometimes they don't. The high school and college game is usually the same. In general, what you do in VEX is you're going to have two teams that are in an alliance against another two teams on an alliance, red and blue. And you build a robot that's 18 by 18 by 18, and so does, or smaller, and so do the other three teams, and you compete. In college, it's very different. You actually build two different robots by yourself. Oh, by the way, that's 18 by 18 by 18 inches, not feet. That would be huge. You build one that's 24 inches by 24 by 24, and then last year was 15 by 15 by 15, but we don't know what it is this year because I didn't read the college rules because I'm not in college. So, yeah. It's pretty fun. I've been doing it for about this will be my 4th year, so I'm pretty excited. VEX for me was just kind of the gateway into robotics. I started it in 8th grade because I thought it'd be fun, and then I just kind of continued when I went into high school. So it's really special to me simply because it's why I'm actually doing what I'm doing now, and how I figured out I wanted to be an engineer is because I did VEX Robotics. But I don't think you guys want to hear me talk about my personal experiences. You want to hear about the game because the game is cool. Now, I'm not going to give you guys the entire thing because VEX actually made a video and the rules have been released, and the links are going to be in the description, which is, you know, down there. And I'm really excited because I get to do the down there thing that I've seen every YouTuber since the beginning of time do, and I'm really excited that I finally get to do the whole looking down there thing. When I'm on the screen right here, there's actually nothing down there. On the video, there's going to be something down there, and I just think that's really cool. So yeah, it's going to be down there. The basics of the game, it's actually much more complicated than it usually is, at least as complicated as I've seen it. You have about 2 tiles, there's 6 tiles in the game. The field itself is 12 by 12 by 12 feet, not inches. And about 4 feet in, there's a 2-inch high bump that you have to get over. And then about 4 feet from the other side, there's a 12-inch barrier that you have to go under if you want to score different points. There are 3 different zones. The middle zone has some amount of points, the end zone has some points, and the hanging zone has some points. Or actually, you don't get any points in the hanging zone unless you hang. But there's a hanging element, there's buckyballs and beach balls, and it's really, really cool. I would go in more in depth, but you guys can watch the video, you know, down there. And I still think that's really cool. Alright, yeah, let's see, what else can I talk about? Right, VEX, and how it is. Exterminate! That would be my phone. Okay then, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Anyway, how VEX is and isn't like first and best. I have a little sheet here of what I'm doing because I have camera anxiety. See, I have a list of things that I have to talk about. I hope none of you read that, because there's a big thing in red that you're not allowed to know, because spoilers. That's my River Song voice. Anyway, VEX and First and Best, which I keep talking about, but not actually talking about, I think. A lot of the different robotics are very interrelated. First and Best are both 6-week seasons, and all of them have had a climbing element this year. Best was actually literally just a 10-foot pole that you went up and did stuff on, and that still sounds sexual no matter how I say it. But it was the robot on the pole, there were not people on it, I promise. Usually. Anyway, in First there was a climbing pyramid, and now in VEX there's a, I think it's 40 inches high, a piece of PVC that you can climb up. So, like, in terms of robotics, things will sort of, you can kind of guess what's coming for another game by looking at the other one, at the other couple that are currently out, because they seem to relate to each other a lot, because robotics changes, so then the games have to change. So, for example, my team in itself, we all figured there was going to be a climbing element this year, because there's one in Best and there's one in First. I do have to go soon. I have to, eat dinner and put this video online before my internet cuts out and all that other fun stuff. But, yeah, I definitely want to hear your ideas on this. Wait, I have 2 shadows. I don't think that's a good thing. Anyway, I'd love to hear your ideas on this. Anyway, I'd love to hear your ideas on this. Anyway, I'd love to hear your ideas on this. Anyway, I'd love